Entering system. Great Reef.
Takže zdravíčko. Já jsem tam u dalšího streamu na hru X4 Foundation a pokračujeme tam, kde jsme minule skončili.
May have a point. Perhaps his simple mind cannot grasp all the variables at play. I wonder if we can help him to see the bigger picture. Yes, you are right. That much is obvious. I cannot help but wonder if there's more to the issue than that. Perhaps he is overly attached to his role as Prime Administrator of the provinces. A reunion with King Dement would inevitably result in him having to relinquish power and standing.
The silent one from our disappointing
Teď
introduction.
přijdeš teďka.
Your expedition commander hardly seemed in the mood for positive solutions. I cannot imagine that you presume to speak for him.
Assistant, perhaps uncovering more context first may help with your solutioneering.
Your expedition commander hardly seemed in the mood for positive solutions. I cannot imagine that you presume to speak for him.
Assistant, perhaps uncovering more context first may help with your solutioneering.
I regret my approach at our meeting. You see, I have not hosted a diplomatic function in decades. Unfortunately, I am simply not in the habit of communicating with anyone other than Boron. You see, we Boron converse amongst ourselves, relying on complex structures of pheromones, not just mere words. There was so much to communicate, so much to cogitate upon, yet the words failed to convey my meaning. You must imagine it like painting an ocean, yet having only a single shade of blue with which to do so. You are correct, of course. There is no harm in reaching for common ground. I am embarrassed to say that our defensive capabilities are woefully inadequate. Ashamedly so. Our economy is so fractured, we struggle to construct anything larger, perhaps, than a frigate. We cannot even resource and operate a full-scale shipyard. For half a century of isolation, we Boron have had little need for a comprehensive military. I fear that we are wholly unprepared for the myriad dangers lurking beyond the gate. And should word spread of the valuable equipment and facilities proposed by the Alliance of the Word, it might be akin to painting a target upon ourselves for any nefarious actors in the vicinity. One moment. I have, even now, received word of split incursions. If we had anything of value to loot, we would not be discussing skirmishes. They would descend upon us in hordes.
Co teď, vole? To je zaplitá situace, ty vole. A... Možná jenom tady musíme jít. Co, někdo jak přesvědčíme.
I am so very sorry you had to witness that embarrassingly discordant display. Leader B and I disagree on much, but he is not a bad person. You know, he is just scared. I think he is scared of falling short, He carries the weight of the expectations of the entire provinces. He wants to keep everyone safe, and I think he fears that your expedition will exacerbate an already dangerous situation. Yes, fraught with danger, the provinces lie uncomfortably close to Kark territory. When Sanctuary of Darkness first connected to the provinces, it triggered regular attacks. We barely managed to protect ourselves with the meager military that we could cobble together. Thankfully, the waves have calmed for now. The Kark incursions eventually ceased. All attempts to communicate with these enigmatic creatures have failed, so I would hesitate to call it a ceasefire. It is more of a lull in hostilities. As you can imagine, the situation remains rather fragile. Oh! You took note of that, did you? Time after time I approach Leader Weave for the resources to find our way back home, but he has come to the conclusion that efforts spent on this endeavor come at an immediate cost to our people. I would hate for you to get the impression that I do not care for my fellow Boron here. Out on the fringes, I am truly seeking to make a difference for the people. Serving the Queen's subjects is a duty for me. You see, I do not like to draw too much attention to it, but I myself am the progeny of stranded minor royals. Before you bow or anything like that, I am not part of the direct line of succession, and that is not how our monarchy works in any case. Yet, it drives me to find a path back home, for the people to once again delight in a reunited, merry realm. Pleasant travels.
Ty vole, co teď vole, to se nám moc zapomohlo.
Ah, the silent one from our disappointing introduction. Ah, the silent one from our disappointing introduction.
Pičo, to je všechno na piču, vole. Prvně se... Mohl bych ho zatím prozkoumávat. Už nic jiného. Tady máme Oberta, vole. Obert. Tady máme nějakou loď. Kam ty jako jdeš? To ne. Taky ne. Tady průzkum, vole, Magore. Co tady jako děláš? Tady můžeme těžit led, rudu a křemík, vole. Ty Peťo, tam teda pomohlo, ty vole. Jsme teda úplně v řití, vole. Tady když to zkusí hodit, uvidíme, co se stane. Přenej.
I understand. He's worried that our presence will stir up an infestation of the Chitterers. The Alliance of the Ward is certainly prepared to provide assurances that our investigation will not leave him exposed to Ka'ak attacks. Well, we are a scientific expedition, so our offensive options are rather limited in that regard. What we can do, however, is make assurances that any valuable equipment that is transported into Boron space will be well guarded, making it an unappealing target. Furthermore, I am prepared to place several scouts at his disposal, and to establish a network of satellites in watchful gaze. That will give the split cause to reconsider an incursion into the provinces. The situation with this steward does indeed seem resolvable, though I fear he wears my patience thin. Take this matter in hand. Go and see the fool. Perhaps you can change his mind. Yes, you are right. I cannot help but wonder if there's more to the issue than that. Perhaps he is overly attached to his role as Prime Administrator of the provinces. A reunion with King Demanded would inevitably result in him having to relinquish power and standing.
Tak paráda. Můstek. Jdeme na můst. Tak.
The silent one from our disappointing introduction. Your commendable commitment to peace is as welcome as it is unexpected. The Alliance of the Word is to be lauded for its respect for our peaceful ways. Well, this is an unexpectedly kind offer from the Alliance of the Word. I must admit that security assistance in these uncertain times would indeed be a welcome reassurance. I must say how thoroughly reassured I am. And again, please accept my most profound apologies for our earlier miscommunication. Clearly, our values are in auspicious alignment. I am confident that you will ensure no harm befalls my charges. Please, do proceed with my blessing and my people's support for the success of your historic mission. With the gate in watchful gaze reactivated, to our knowledge only 3 more dormant gates remain in province space. One is located in Ocean of Fantasy, another in Barren Shores. The final one was discovered by scouts in Sanctuary of Darkness. If Sanctuary of Darkness sounds foreboding, you may find that the name is fitting. It is host to a significant Ka'ak infestation. Even uttering the name makes my fins tingle. Yet I must remain firm on the matter. Do not, under any circumstances, engage with the Ka'ak. Every interaction with them results in horrific conflict.
You have our word, Leader We. We shall do everything in our power to avoid undue provocation.
Thank you. And may I bestow upon you a gift? We have prepared for you a fighter ship. A humble gift, but hopefully it will be of use to you in the times ahead.
We are most grateful. You have been an exemplary host. Explorer, you have done well to secure access for us to continue our mission. Please, claim the scout ship as your own. Serve you well.
Tak děkuju, ale do toho jsem loď zadarmo. Paráda, ta se bude hodit. Svině jedna, tak. Ty pičo. A vypadá dobře, mně se líbí. No počkej, kudy se tady leze? Tady. Jakže neznámá loď. Brm. Děkuju.
I am already familiar with the gate in Ocean of Fantasy. If you supply me with the necessary equipment and provide me with the containment for what exactly I have to do, it will be my deepest pleasure to assist.
Excellent. The Alliance shall investigate Barren Shores.
Comms channel open. I'm not helping you.
Thanks to the newly opened trade routes, we have commenced rebuilding our shipyard. You are, of course, most welcome to aid us in our undertaking. Your efforts will, of course, be lucratively compensated.
Unknown station. Jump gate, Barren Shores, Dolphin. Wayfinder.
Comms channel open. Sending you information now.
Tak.
Jump gate, unknown sector.
Jsem to dostal za achievement, vole. Achievement. Co nám ještě chybí? Kingdom N.
Entering system. Sanctuary of Darkness.
you so.
According to our archives, there was once a xenon presence hereabouts in the network. I wonder who filled it.
Oh, is that so? Then we were quite lucky that our systems were not connected directly to a Xenon stronghold. There is no way we would have survived, given the state of our military.
Now, see if you can locate the inactive gate in this system.
Be careful. Take great care when navigating. We must honor our word and avoid the cut. You will also need to be cautious of the region's other hazards. I recommend that you stick close to the